One big way people show others that they have decided to follow God's rescue plan is by getting baptized. Have you ever wondered what baptism is and why people do it? Have you ever seen a baptism? Well, the word baptism comes from a Greek word that means to dip, or to immerse, or to go under. Some of you may have seen a baptism before at a church. A person is dipped or immersed underwater, and when they come out of the water, they are now identified in a new way. They are identified as a person who follows Jesus.
Hi again. I have another question about baptism. So when you come out of the water, does that mean you're changed? Different? Does that mean you're saved?
That's a good question. Not exactly. Baptism is the way we show others that we have been saved by Jesus. When a person is baptized and they are dipped underwater, it is an example of when Jesus died and was buried. When they are brought up out of the water, it is a symbol of when Jesus rose from the dead and has new life. Now let me tell you what baptism is not. It's important to know that baptism isn't a way to get to heaven, and baptism does not save you. And just because you are baptized does not mean that you are any closer to God or that He loves you anymore. Baptism is simply a way that you can let everyone know that you have asked Jesus to be your Savior and that you have a relationship with Him. It's an outward expression of an inner decision to put your faith in Jesus.
So if baptism doesn't save you and it doesn't get you into heaven, why is baptism important?
That's a great question. We see baptism in the Bible, and I think it will help you understand why exactly we get baptized. We can read about it in Matthew 3:13 through 17. I'll give you a minute to find that verse in the Bible if you want to follow along. Remember, the Bible is split into two parts, the Old Testament and the New Testament. Matthew is the first book in the New Testament. Matthew 3:13 through 17 says, Jesus came from Galilee to the Jordan River. He wanted to be baptized by John, but John tried to stop him. So he told Jesus, I need to be baptized by you, so why do you come to me? Jesus replied, let it be this way for now. It is right for us to do this. It carries out God's holy plan. Then John agreed. As soon as Jesus was baptized, he came up out of the water. At that moment, heaven was opened. Jesus saw the Spirit of God coming down on him like a dove. A voice from heaven said, this is my Son, and I love him, and I am very pleased with him. Jesus set an example for us when he got baptized, and God said that he was pleased with him. Again, baptism is an outward expression of our inward decision to follow Christ. It's a way to show that the world that we love Jesus and have accepted his salvation. When we accept Jesus, we want to be like Jesus, and Jesus got baptized, so we should get baptized. Think of it this way. Have you ever joined a sports team? Well, if you have, you know that all the teams usually wear a uniform or a jersey. The jersey lets everyone know what team you play for. Baptism is similar to this idea. You get to be on God's team and wear his jersey so other people know who you play for. Being on God's team isn't a decision you make once, it's a decision you make every day. I want you guys to think of some ways that you can put on your jersey every day and choose to follow God. I know salvation and baptism are two big words with big meanings. Think for a minute. Have you received the gift of salvation? And if you have you ever thought about getting baptized? Make sure that you talk to your parents or leader today about your own salvation, or if you have any questions about getting baptized.